Oh, those are my shoes. I got you good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shyzalosophy 101. That's right, we love that part. It's great to be alive. Here's your host, Shyzabox. Oh, is the show starting? Oh, it must be. Giddy up, girl. Oh, we heard our introduction. Oh, hurry up. We got to get to work. Hurry. We don't want to be late. Oh, yes. The hell? Thank you. Get out of here. And the horse. You wrote in on. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome nuns and all. That's right. Preachers, cardinals, rabbis, bishops, weirdos with beardos, anyone who accidentally clicked on this by mistake. That's right. Welcome one, welcome all. We've got a fantastic show for you tonight, and of course by fantastic we mean free. When we were thinking to ourselves, it's about time for a good old-fashioned nightcap, right? We were thinking to ourselves, why not share that nightcap with anyone who accidentally clicks on, the stream as well? So, lo and behold, we're here. That's right. You might be saying, we wish you weren't. What? Keep those comments to yourself, Mom. Trying to enjoy our nightcap here. Anyhow, like we said, we've got a fantastic show for you, and of course by fantastic, we mean free. That's right. No one wants to pay for this crap, believe you me. When you call Daryl Dixon dibs at being the best of the worst internet celebrity there is, and that's what we did, of course, you know your place. It's on the ground floor. It's the bottom level. You guys get to walk all over us and make fun of us. That's right. In a kind of kinky way, we sort of like it. Hello and hi, who's that? Denacia. We can call you Denacia, right? Of course we can. D-Money. There comes a time, all right, where we just kind of sit back, kick back, and we're at that point now where we're like, let's have a good old-fashioned nightcap. Let's enjoy a cup of brew. Let's do this, that, the other, and see where the night takes us. That's right. You might be saying, so far, nowhere good. Yes, thank you for the love hearts. We deserve them. We're wondering, let's see where the night takes us. Now, sure, we got a whole entirely planned script and show for everyone. Obviously. As we always do. Everything's fine. Oh, what was that? So anyhow, we were thinking to ourselves, because we have an entirely working, script and everything like that, that's totally planned out, and we're not winging this at all, for a good old-fashioned game of pickup philosophy, okay? You can't just don any kind of headgear and things like that on the internet and think you're going to get away without looking crazy, okay? So obviously, if we're doing a pickup game of philosophy, we don't want to look ridiculous, okay? So, we will obviously put on our thinking hats so we don't look like idiots. Jeez. Excellent. Some things just aren't as appropriate for work. Believe you me. Now, as we thought to ourselves, the show's free, so we really don't got to provide too much. What can we really do, house, or bring to the table to, flesh out what could be deemed entertainment, right? Well, when we came up with the idea of pretty much nothing, we knew it was at that point that the show was doomed from the start. Okay? That's why, without further ado, we do necessitate the need to make amends and an apology for something that happened on our stream earlier. Well, that's right. We can't be perfect all the time, okay? That's God's job. Pertaining to, yes, thank you for the love hearts. We totally deserve them. Pertaining to our stream earlier. Sorry about that. Forgive and forget, right? Let bygones be bygones. To hell with the 10 Commandments, society doesn't live by them. Now, this is all for philosophical entertainment. We don't say really to hell with the 10 Commandments. Obviously, they're kind of a waveform and a placard for the roadmap to some, at least, can we agree, mediocrity of success, eh? Don't kill anyone. Well, sounds like you're leading a successful life to me. Don't still. Well, again, model citizen. Yes, thank you for additional love hearts. We deserve those too. What's that? Yay. How are you doing? We're doing fantastic. You know why? Because we're having ourselves a nightcap. We're hanging out with that of whoever cares to stop by, and no one has to if they don't want to. Because either way, we're going to enjoy ourselves a nightcap. But believe you, me, Denisha, we can call you Denisha, right? Now, of course we can. D-Money. What makes the show all the better is the participation. Really, you're the highlight of the show in yourself, okay? This show kind of always sucks, okay? Well, okay. Obviously, when you call Daryl Dixon dibs at being the best of the worst internet celebrities there is, you know, it's the best of the worst. You know, it's the bottom of the pile. Like we said, you get to walk all over us. You can make fun of us and do whatever pretty much you want. We are your lapdog. God, I'm bringing you to the pound. What? Keep those comments to yourself, Mom. What is the point of, you know, enjoying a nightcap? The point of not necessitating an entire working script is because, Denisha, D-Money, we go back to ones of chat ago. The show is better, all right, when it's symbiotically made with that of the audience, okay? We can sit here and fire off at the hip all day, you know? We aren't under an NDA, we don't work for a big company, and we are pretty good at cosmological philosophy, okay? Believe you me, we've made some pretty fun and interesting things with that of the community in mind, at the community's behest, and inadvertently, via the community's corresponding participation, if we can say it that way. We've created, you know, many a game, demo, a thing of the sort on, the IPFS site is where it's housed. Go help yourself. It's all free. You don't gotta do anything except go play some games should you want to, or, look at any working demos if you want to. There's a LimeWire-inspired music player. Knock yourself out. It's fantastic fun. It's old school music listening fun. That's right. That's right. That's right. We got, our own little, sovereign micro blockchain. So with that being the case, we're able to, pretty much put out, make, release, anything we want. What do you want? We'll make you something. We can put it on the IPFS site. Now, our site's gotten a little too big, a little too massive, okay? Well, sorry about that. It doesn't load right away. Most of the times, you're better off on PC over mobile. That's why we housed a couple little friendly mobile pinata versions, okay? Well, they're not the full thing, but you can get the scope if you're not on PC and you don't want to, work around getting an extension and depend on. Some people are adamant about what browsers they will and or won't use. It's a whole thing. We understand. Web3, future internet technology, it's the wild, wild west of future internet technology. It's not for everyone, and there can be some very scary stuff. But this is all for philosophical entertainment, of course, and keep that in mind subjectively within that of how you understand and interpret that of which. That's right. good old Shyzabox is pretty decent at that of what he offers as far as wares peddled. Okay? They are all a working order mostly. That's right, yeah, sorry, you're right. Of course we're right. We don't even know what we're right about. But, Denisha, we can call you Denisha, right? Nah, of course we can. D-Money. We know we're right, okay, about a variety of things, but we're also wrong. That's right. We're wrong in the sense of not necessarily taking the time to show the attention to detail to everything that we should, okay? Now, obviously, with us just looking to enjoy that of a nightcap, we weren't really planning on talking too much business or anything like that tonight, okay? But, is it talking business if we want to read you some of our poetry? Well, that wasn't a joke. I don't know why you'd laugh at that, but go ahead and make us feel insecure. And celebrate it after. Anyhow, obviously, you must want us to read some poetry to you. Hell no, don't! What? Everything's fine. What was that? Huh? Yeah. We'll read some poetry to you from our poetry book. That's right. Fantastic. So, of course, being a philosopher, arguably, maybe not a good one, okay? Subjective. Every good philosopher, and we're not saying we're good, okay, but to even have their name in the conversation of who's a good philosopher, okay, everyone who even wants to be mentioned in that conversation, now this might just be amongst philosophers ourselves, whoever wants to be in that conversation, they need to have a poetry book, okay, now, that's why for our name to go in the hat, we needed our own poetry book as well, okay. Now, you might be saying, poetry's lame. What? For the last time, Mom, you told us that at breakfast. Stop crushing our dreams. Get out of the chat. Hey, Jeremy, welcome back. We knew you'd be back. Everyone accidentally clicks on this once or twice. Okay, like we said, we wanted our name to be in the hat, so, we have a poetry book, too. Every good philosopher should. We're not saying we're good. Okay, if there's a test question 40 years from now, they're like, who's a, good philosopher, okay? Shyzabox might not be the answer on the test, okay? Well, the correct answer, but he still gets to be an answer on the test. Fantastic. Now you might be saying, shut up and read the free poem so I don't gotta buy it. Okay, that's fine, we will. But believe you me, you can just go to start a free Kindle Unlimited trial membership, download any Shyzabox book, and read them all for free. Yes, thank you for the love hearts. We deserve those ones too. As love for one, love for all, love for us. All right, let's read some stuff. Fantastic. What's going on there? Wait, what? You're super funny? Now, of course we are. We have to be. Denisha? We can call you Denisha, right? Nah, of course we can. D, we go back to ones of chat ago, okay? And you know that when we first started our relationship, that we never thought that we would take it to quite this level, okay? But, D, something about your chat touched us. Mainly it's this vibrating pantsuit that we put on underneath here that correlates to our chat. A little uncomfortable. Everything's fine. Oh, what was that? Yeah, we're going to read a poem. Okay. So, of course, we can't just read a poem, though. Oh. Sorry, we forgot. I mean, we could, but obviously, we haven't cleansed the aether yet, right? That's right. There's a lot of Joey irking around. Ugh, that's right. Blech, sick. If it's from Joey, it's a no-y. Blech. Disgusting. Now, there's only one way to remove Joey from the immediate ether and atmosphere around us. And it's strictly adhering to those methodologies that were taught in early 90s sitcoms, through the 90s sitcoms, and it bled over into some of the early 2000s and things of that nature. But there's only one way to remove vile, disgusting evil from the aether, okay? And that's utilizing these practices that you would see in 90s movies and TV shows and things like that. So without further ado, we're going to cleanse the atmosphere. That was 2. It takes 3. Everyone knows this. Excellent. Atmosphere clear. We can read some poetry and crap. What the hell was that? Huh? What? You know, internet. We can call you internet, right? Of course we can. There comes a time, all right, where we think upon ourselves, how much free crap do we want to read? Yeah, I mean, we can go to town. Yeah, I mean, we like to share and we love to share that of all we do. That of all of our games, all of our demos, all of our working theory, that's all free. That's on the IPFS site. That's on the Pinata site. Go play Shyzapong. It's fantastic. It's like Pong, only modernized. There's 2 goals, and guess what? In Shyzapong, there's a top hat that moves around and interferes with the unicorn puck. Blood out. Shyzapong's rad, and it's free. Go play it. Or don't. Who cares? But we love sharing all of that which is free. And there are so many poems and things of that nature that we have not read on stream that, you know, inevitably we would love to, okay? But we're going to start here. This one's called Socrates. Now you can pause the stream and read it to yourself. Only not easily, because it's reverses backwards, and believe you me, we're going to read it with emphasis. It's going to make it all the better. Or not. This one's called Socrates. Boss, careful. Looks like hemlock. Looks right. That much is known. Next time around, don't you dare drink. Fight for love and for that of home. Let not city decide your fate. Roll over. Do not do. Poison only rots the mind, killing you throughout. Resist or don't. Poison's bad. Oh, thank you. Well, fantastic. You might be saying, no, it wasn't. What? Of course it was. That was terrific. You loved it. Do a magic trick. What? You want to see a magic trick? Well, shit, we don't got one, but this is cool. Ooh. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Thank you for our love hearts. Yes, a magic trick love heart induced. A magic trick. And for our next trick, an additional downvote. Where were we? Ah, yes. Shyzabox jokes, Shyzabox kids. But I have to get off my iPad at 10 because my mom is very strict. Well, you have yourself a great night, Denisha. We can call you Denisha, right? Yeah, of course we can. D, you have a great night, and we might catch you sometime or another time later. But believe you me, honor thy father and thy mother. That's a 10 commandment. That's right. You have a great night, and we will see you sometime later. Or not. You do what is right for you and what's best for you, and believe you me, whatever your parents say, it's probably whatever that is. So believe you me, while Shyzabox can do what Shyzabox can do, and Shyzabox is pretty alright at it, Shyzabox can never replace that of what is foundationally, your internal mechanisms, your internal mechanics, your internal belief system with which shall be instilled by the powers that be in your immediate life, with which you should definitely afford the, opportunity to bond with, correlate with their, far more than that of dear old Shyzabox here. Right? Should it be plausible, possible, and or, that of within the merits and nature of what it should be afforded to be. Who's that? Jace? Welcome, Jace. Hello and hi. Believe you me, Jace, you're here at the perfect time. Okay? You know why? Because Denisha was kicking it somewhere else. Okay? Now, believe you me, they say it's a strict thing and they're not allowed to hang out or anything like that, but let's be honest, the show just kind of sucks after a while, right? There's only so much of dear old Shyzabox you can take. That's why we say, don't buy our book. Right? Go to Kindle Unlimited, start a free trial, read it for free. Okay? Especially Delectable. Delectable, if you buy this, then the monitors up here will change. And by monitors, we got to erase that shit, write a new number. But we do check sales for Delectable because that one's hilarious. We got the dumb Tectable working test on there. So don't buy Delectable. Good. Now that is out of the way. A nightcap, a light cap, a nightcap on. Internet, we can call you internet, right? Yeah, of course we can. We go back decades. Back when you first started making fun of that of every component and aspect about us in those internet chat rooms. Now, believe you me, we know that anti-bullying campaigns have been fleshed out and broken out and rolled out across the country. It's not a joke. I mean, it's not a funny thing per se. I think bullying was a big problem. Okay, internet, you're ruthless. Anyhow, as we were partaking in our usages with the internet, there was no anti-bullying, there was no oversight, there was no anything. It was fantastic. Believe you me, it was the wild, wild west. And it was fantastic. But times have changed, internet. You know why? People stopped having fun and started having mean. That's right. As we sit back, we enjoy a little nighttime nightcap and, contemplate that of the metaphysical and everything for philosophical entertainment, obviously. There was a change in society that went from acceptable prank calls, is your refrigerator running, you better go catch it, to prank identity theft. I have your social security number, ran up a massive debt, fuck you. See, society operates a little different nowadays, right? And believe you me, it's kind of messed up. Good old Shyzabox has been a member of identity theft. Now, it's not a joke. It's a pain in the ass. That's right. Not only is it a pain in the ass, it's not nice. Why one would want to impersonate good old Shyzabox is beyond us. Must be wanting to practice techniques for establishing anti-bullying programs. Walk a mile in my shoes. Internet, as we venture into the remaining part of this start of the middle of the week, you have to think to yourselves, did you do enough at the beginning of this week to where you can skate on by and milk it till Friday at jobs? Did you knock that one project out? Did you really show up on time these first couple days to where you can just kind of skate by over the course of the next couple? Well, tell us where you work. We don't want to go get a half-ass effort somewhere, especially if it's customer service. We'll avoid where you're at for the next while. If you already cashed out for the rest of the week and you're just waiting until Friday, we'll help you out by not giving you more to do. Same way all the ones of scriptifications give us all not anything to do too. You know, Internet, that's pretty funny. You might be saying, no, it's not. And you're probably right. But believe you me, Internet, to us it is. Fantastic. Well, sounds like a good place to segue into something else. What do you guys got? Well, I mean, if you're not going to give us the show to do, we're just going to have to make stuff up. Okay? Now, believe you me, we could make stuff up. Nah, that's right. No one wants us to make stuff up, right? You like that fully complete, balanced math that's auditable on Kaggle and things of that nature. Well, go to town to Scriptification, go audit our math, okay? The crazy guy, Shyzabox, who said theoretically decoded the Voynich manuscript, okay? Audit the math, audit the science. We don't hide behind it, okay? Good old Shyzabox has to have some of what you call thick skin, okay? Because you are constantly under a form of microscope, a form of magnifying glass, all right, and a form of infatuation all at the same time. Okay? Scientifically, mathematically, our theory holds. Okay? Rather, computationally, certifiably, very well. Okay? I believe it was the NSA invented SHA seals, okay? Our code thrives off of SHA seals. Cryptographically executable witnesses, you can embed them and put them into, files, codes, so that you have ownership. You have a digital fingerprint. You have a way to ascertain who owns the file, okay? Now, we don't hide behind our math. We don't hide behind our science, obviously. So we have all of the open source Kaggle notebooks that we, offer in that nature. Go audit it. Knock yourself out. Okay? When we say that we can outcode and have verifiable coding that outcodes binary coding using our trinary script with orthogonally connected, data points and things, we don't hide behind our theory. It's auditable, okay? Go knock yourself out, okay? You can't go around saying you can do better and outperform binary by any metric if you don't have computational proof to back that shit up, okay? Bold claim, Cotton. You can't just claim shit on the internet nowadays, okay? You drop something like theoretically decoding Voynich manuscript and red flags shoot up all over. Who's this crazy bastard, right? The crazy bastard who already proved his theory and proof, and ironically, isn't working for a big company, not under an NDA, and doesn't have to adhere to some bullshit HR program somewhere. See, good old Shyzabox, a man of the people. That's right. Life is for everyone that is alive. Shyzabox is very good at using a little thing called lectin. Okay? Lectin are pre-ancient, pre-stoic philosophical descriptors, okay, that symbolize or represent a variety, all right, or a undescribable or a unachievable metric of understanding that they can represent, okay? Now, good old Shyzabox is pretty good at what he does, so when we came across on Wikipedia the fact that those dudes didn't even know what they were, not to a viable degree or metric, or the red dead end search term, all right, we wrote a little paragraph and said, hey, add this to your stupid Wikipedia site, okay? Then, of course, they emailed us back, and they're like, no. We emailed them back and said, yes, because you're stupid. They emailed us back and said, no, I'm going to get our manager for you. We're like, all right, get your manager. So then their manager emails us and says, we're not going to add this to our awesome, totally efficient site. So Shyzabox says, well, what the hell do you mean you're not going to? Go bring it to a philosopher. Go bring it to someone that understands this shit. Okay? Then what does Wikipedia do? They're like, well, no, I'm just going to bring it to my manager. So they executed up the chain further. Okay? So we go to Wikipedia's, third entity that we're talking to now, and Wikipedia says, no, we're not adding this to our totally awesome, not ridiculously stupid site. We're like, okay, well, you guys are stupid, then don't. Okay? And so we took that paragraph and wrote an entire fucking book. Not only that, but because Wikipedia perturbed us to the degree they did, we also wrote Pickled Punk Philosophy as well. Okay? Now, Delectable, the book monographing lectin, all right, inherently should not exist, okay? It's Wikipedia's fault that it does. Inherently, we should be thanking them. Funny how that works. Ironically, we don't thank them at all because they're kind of stupid, in our opinion, okay? When you have gatekeepers and safeguard keepers that, bogart what anyone can understand or ascertain and or obtain for knowledge, it is an absurdity for them to lord that information over anyone else, okay? That's the same for any broken system, okay? The reason why Dumtectable is a test and why we say do not buy this book is because it proves and showcases that humanity is stupid, okay? Now, obviously, humanity is very capable, and humanity is extremely smart. And stupid. Okay? Dumtectable is now measured on the metric of delectable, which is a monographing of lectin, okay, which is measured on the metrics of what we use, because we are really good at our vernacular mastery, for we are the vernacular master of Shyzabox. We use lectin so efficiently that our book now uses lectin. Can't make this up. Shyzalosophy, it's a living philosophy, a living practice, okay? This dead book, this dead tree book, it priced itself, 94% off, something like that? Okay? We didn't price it 94% off. Go to Amazon.com right now. It priced itself back into existence, 94% off. Okay? A $250 book. Do not buy it. It's trying to trick you to get you to buy a physical artifact. Okay? It's trying to manipulate you to be like, move now while this is 94% off. Don't let it trick you. Do not buy this book, all right? It is trying to trick you. The book literally broke Amazon.com's pricing algorithm, okay? You can't make this up. We already proved our theory. We can't prove it anymore, okay? We literally moved an entire working metric kernel of data from Kaggle to Web3, okay? That's done. SHA-seal executed, cryptographically sealed. You can't undo it, okay? We literally have a sovereign micro blockchain now. Go to the IPFS site, play any of the games or demos for free. The LimeWire-inspired music player is hilarious. The Granny's Mayo Mental jar-fisted tub of mayo, hilarious. That's because someone on stream was fucking with us in the chat. It's the whole reason that thing exists. It's on the site. You think we're joking? We're on stream. People messing with us, wondering if mayo is an instrument. It is now, motherfuckers. Go to the IPFS site. It's in the audio section underneath the digital kalimba. I think it's the last thing on there. Right under, the digital kalimba, which is awesome. Record your own kalimba playing. You can make your own customization on it. It all exists decentralized on Web3. It's all free. Mm-hmm. We don't hide behind our math. We don't hide behind our science. We don't hide behind our theory. We leave it completely auditable and open. Go to town. Link in the descriptification, Cotton, because we don't just claim shit on the internet like a bunch of other assholes do, okay? Now, believe you me, that doesn't mean we're not an asshole too, okay? Now, we are human, okay? Sorry about that. We aren't perfect. A lot of people might not like our antics, means, measures, and metrics, but what they don't have to necessarily like or not like about us is that of our math, okay? We didn't create or invent math. It already was. That's why we don't hide behind it. We use it to prove more of our point, okay? When we say that we have an extension, whether novel or not, to that of Deutsch's constructor theory, and you look at Deutsch and Marletto, and we do our extension thereon, all right, that's a pretty bold claim. We can computationally back it up because, in essence, we added a way to computationally verify the entire system, okay? Bold claim on the internet, Cotton. You better have some pretty hell of reproducible, what do they call that, proof, okay? We literally just wrote notes down, in essence, on an entire palimpsest, all right, on what would be metaphysical empiricalization, okay? Go to the Bluesky that we have. Feel free to follow us there. Go to the X that suspended us more than once. Feel free to, follow us there. That's where we posted, obviously, you can read the palimpsest there and stuff. We didn't put it on the IPFS site because the IPFS site's too massive now. It's already too big. And these companies, these big entities, these major players in that of technology, they're making it harder and harder for that of individuals to start sharing and utilizing this open source info. Okay? It's a pain in the ass. You got to download all these extensions now and this, that, the other instead of them just being organically in. It's like they're making it harder and harder for people to share free information with each other. Okay? Not cool, giant corporations. That's why with good old Shyzabox not being under an NDA right now, not working for a big company, theoretically it's a matter of time before, some tricked out Tesla signing bonus pulls up in front of us with a briefcase full of cash and says, yo, dude, sign this shit and shut the fuck up. Start making all this cool stuff for us. Fix our infrastructure and guide this company, to something as a consultant. Okay? Sign that NDA, Shyzabox, and zip it for a bit, okay? We are pretty efficient at what we do, okay? We don't hide behind the math. We don't hide behind the science. And additionally, when we construct and have that of tests that can be complete yes or no foundational bases for which humanity can pivot and alter that of their understanding, that's one hell of a claim to make within that of the world, is it not? Perhaps, perhaps not. Okay, but subjectively, one's understanding is going to be that of one's understanding. We can lead a horse to the mountain. We can't make him gallop straight up it the side of a cliff. Okay? He's got to move the mountain and realize it was a pond the whole time with which he could walk through a river and drink at the stream that was around the corner in a creek. Okay? Metaphysics is crazy. Aristotle was ridiculously fantastic. Pythagoras was really, really smart. And St. Thomas Aquinas was very, very insightful. The measures and metrics from wherever you pull, that of your understanding, that of your logic, that of your reasoning, let it lie and be wherever it is, okay? Foundationally, good old Shyzabox practices that of his own personal philosophy, Shyzalosophy, okay? Anyone is welcome to come into our closed Shyzalosophical Godelian loop, okay? It's universal, blanketed, everyone work together in peace and harmony, symbiotically, merely seeking truth, okay? Truth is the key. It's a living philosophy to seek such, okay? You have to be living to practice it, okay? Old works, okay, old philosophers, they do not get to manipulate and alter that of the current time and standing and metric and measure of knowledge base that humanity has. Okay? No longer can mankind look to the past and expect it to solve its future. It necessitates a complete looking to the past to understand how we can make a better future. Okay? Working together is the best way for that, all right? Doing it symbiotically is the most optimum way to do that, all right? And there's no way around a benefit to everyone doing it in the same guise and manner of goal and direction to seek, okay? That's the only way that real headway will be made. Millions and millions of dollars, millions and millions of hours of labor, millions and millions of just misplaced entropy and energies that go for naught, okay? That's right. On wasted causes, on wasted attempts at unifications, at wasted all sorts of manners, all right, of metrics of attempts to help bridge metrics of failure in society. Again, theoretically, all for philosophical, entertainment, obviously. But you look at how much money has been raised for cancer research, and yet, alas, that of, the final nail in the coffin on that one has never been nailed shut. Okay, you look at the capacity and components of what entails prolonging that of a, entailment versus the eradication of a less desirable having of said entailment. Okay? There's a weird, almost, correlation with how treatment and care works foundationally, all right, with the metric of what has been put into it to make it better. Right? Now, you're never going to solve stuff overnight, but, perhaps over a vast amount of decades, and after a focus from a vast amount of entities over a vast amount of time, maybe you could make more headway, maybe you could make some more, endeavors and means, okay, to usurp some of the stuff that's in place that seems to be a step in the wrong direction, okay? Let's be honest, there's only one direction. One direction with which we want to go, all right? And that's to a better future for all of humanity, okay? Too often, individuals are covering their tests. Too often, people are robbing that of their neighbors and not helping that of their brethren, okay? Ourselves, surely, must be included in that as well, okay? For we are beholden to the limitations and sinful nature and desires of man ourselves. Okay? All right? It just is what it is. If we don't account for that, we would be lying to ourselves. We would be lying to you. Okay? Whilst we have a dumb-tectable test going on right now, okay, we would be lying to ourselves if we didn't tell everyone that when we originally started becoming more literary savvy and doing more literary works with which we brought to market, or lack thereof, it's got to sell to be in the market. Any of our literary works that we presented and brought forth and such, we always had that inherent little back of the mind, selfishness to us that were, hey, It'd be awesome to be a New York Times best-selling author. You know, what an accolade, what praise, what a moniker or a measured medium of success. Okay, that's our desire in our limited eyes of man. Okay. Now, good old Shyzabox knows that any of that award, any of that accolade, any of it is a construct. But Shyzabox is human, and you know, I mean, sure, we want a metric of some iota of reciprocal success. Okay? That's why we call Daryl Dixon dibs on being best of the worst. Okay, it's never going to be good, but you know, it's up there on the bottom level that you get to walk on. Okay, and you don't even have to participate in. Makes it better. But if you drop a quarter, we get it. You go down to pick it up, and you know we're already there, gnawing at your hand. We want that quarter. As we venture into, different components, different aspects, different, entailments and things of that nature pertaining to where we go with different computational means and different literary works. We always wanted, all right, some iota, some metric, some desired, associated, affiliated, something of the sort, right? It's just human nature, okay? It's a kid practicing their baseball pitches, hoping to go to the major leagues, or a basketball player practicing his basketball shooting to go to the major leagues, or a football player practicing his footballing to go to the major leagues. Oh, what? The NFL? Go to prison. This isn't Congress you're talking about. As we venture into, all right, that of wherever the endeavors and means take, the direction of the works and things of that nature. All right, the test is in place, and like we said, we already proved anything that we have to prove. There's nothing left for good old Shyzabox to endeavor to try and handhold someone to see. Okay? The metric kernel of data has been moved, okay, over the course of a 23-hour run. All right, it's done. All right, it's sealed and delivered. There's no undoing it. And we released it all for free. Okay? The information is there. Knock yourselves out. It's all available. It's all auditable. We already released it. And so now we get to do whatever we want. Till someone tells us to do something for them. Okay? Now, believe you me, Shyzabox isn't going to apply to any digital companies or things of that nature, okay? Now, Shyzabox would rather those entities that be who desire to work with Shyzabox come work with Shyzabox, okay? You want us to sign your NDA, you bring it to us. We're not going to go track you down wanting to sign your bullshit. Okay? Now, a bold statement, Cotton. No one's going to want to hire you. Well, so thusly be it. Okay? Shyzabox is a man of the people, okay, whether they want him to be or not. And we give our code, we give our theory, we give our demos for free, okay? The IPFS is up and running. We don't hide behind any of it. The Kaggles are unlocked. Knock yourself out. We advertise them, and we encourage auditing, okay? Pretty bold, Cotton. Pretty bold. Now, when we say that we like a component, a degree, an aspect, all right, of a solid foundational understanding, okay, we utilize that of Lithic Logic. Lithic means rock. Lithic means stone, okay? You got, in essence, rocks, stones, things of that nature, all right? And then you got minerals that are solid stones, rocks as well, okay? Lithic means rock. We like our foundation to be based upon that of what is unarguably there, what is unarguably true, okay, so that we can all put aside the pettiness and work together to achieve greatness, okay? Theoretically, it can be done. the biggest driving factors that always wedge, okay, society into different parts are theology and, politics and things of that nature. Well, start all of that on its own foundation, okay, upon that of the individual being, okay, upon that of one's understanding or the metrics thereof, okay. Utilize lithic logic, stone logic, rock logic as that of what is physical, okay? You don't need to not work with people towards a greater goal or overall objective for mankind because they believe in a different form of deity worship than yourself, okay? It's not efficient, it's not great, and it probably just leads to more and more problems, okay? Practicing what you preach and preaching and practice, okay, are inherently different from forcing stuff down someone's throat, okay? You can't inherently expect someone to jump ship and want to foundationally understand a reasoning behind a certain worship practice or a certain belief system or a certain metric without inherently doing such in an approach of their own measured metric and accord, okay? As we said in the stream earlier, you can't force information in bits, okay, and expect it to yield a solid logical result, okay? Just inherently, you can't do it, okay? You have components and aspects where, like, if you have an unstable state, all right, it's probably not a good idea to try and base everything on it. It's wobbly, it's incorrect, it doesn't function properly, okay? Mankind has had a very, very, very overstepped understanding of a lot of their metrics and means that, we have in place now. Okay? Foundationally, when we go and start saying that our trinary code and our trinary script is better than binary computationally, I'm telling you, you can't just say that shit on the internet without having some computational verifiable proof. Thusly, we do. Okay? Web3 is the future, all right, of internet. Web3 is the future of dissemination, and when you start looking at swarm mesh demos, and you start looking at Hive logic, and you start looking at different components of how you can get all of this functionality and interoperability between these different systems organically, it's no wonder that the ancients utilized, theoretically, lithic logic, okay? Again, though, what is theoretical about what is? Lithic is stone, lithic is rock. Does Stonehenge exist? Yes or no? Okay. Well, good old Stonehenge has a little thing called Kennett Avenue. Yeah, that's probably how it's pronounced. Okay. Kennett Avenue has a little thing called Sarsen Big-Ass Rocks. Okay. Back in the 40s or 50s or something like that, all right, they started doing some modifications, some repairs to some of the foundational works and things like that on Stonehenge, all right? Well, the English Heritage Foundation and the Salisbury Museum each have, we believe, respectively, Core 58, Sarsen Stone Core 58 samples in their locations, okay? Both of them have them. They have access to them, all right? And they can utilize them to do that of what they do. They can put them on display for the public. They can run tests on them, or they could not. With those components being there, all right, one merely needs to walk down the hall, into the basement, wherever the fuck they keep these things, run an ASTM C597 test on them, and check its resonantial viability, all right? In doing such, it's a non-destructive test. They're done all the time, and it takes like 15 minutes. Foundationally, you do this test, on this rock core stone sample they already got that takes 15 minutes using precise measurements they already got, and you change humanity, okay? Overnight. Bold claim, Cotton. Okay? We don't change humanity overnight. We can't go to the English Foundation and the Salisbury Museum. Hey, English heritage, they're far away from us, and so is Salisbury. Not only that, but, you know, I mean, they don't want anyone just milling around all their stones, so let them do the test. Takes 15 minutes. It's already lined out. Bam, done. Easy. Okay. Well, you got these components then, all right? You got sarsen stones, and there's a way to run a test on it then, just to merely, you know, verify that of some resonantial components to a lithical foundation of resonantial technologies, okay? Or the utilizations therewith, all right? It just maps out the structure with which they lay in. Mathematically, the spacing is accurate and correct, okay? So foundationally, the metrics with which they were laid were, you know, resonantial, all right? You got components, okay, of lithic logic in the creation of the pyramids. Again, another structure that inherently is stone, is a solid foundation that can be proven to exist. Hey, Denisha, you're back. Welcome back. We can still call you D-Money, right? Nah, of course we can. D. We're talking about some lithic now. That means stone, that means rock, and we're talking about that of what is physical and what is in place, okay? Now, there's a little thing called Stonehenge. It's a physical location over in England, okay? In Stonehenge, all right, there's a little thing called Kennet Avenue, and they got some big old rocks made of sarsen, okay? Thank you for the love hearts. We deserve them. Stones are made from sarsen, and there's a test that you can run with an ASTM C597 measurement and stuff to where you can see the resonance of what the stone is, okay? They utilize the test all the time on things like concrete and stuff like that, check its structural stability, stuff like that. It's a non-destructive test, okay? English Heritage Foundation, Salisbury Museum, they can run this test in 15 minutes. They have access to all the stuff to do it. In doing so, boy, we tell you, you know, foundationally, you're going to change some metrics of understanding really fast. Now, like we said, we don't make any of this stuff up. You know, I mean, all this stuff's inherently in existence. We didn't create Stonehenge. We weren't out there putting those giant rocks wherever they are. Okay? Wasn't us. That was already there when good old Shyzabox got here, okay? But what wasn't done is that test that we talked about. So, there you go. There is some wiggle room for understanding there to where we can understand more. Okay? Believe you me, it'd be great if they go and implement or do or, you know, enact any of the protocols with which to bring about such a test. Because believe you me, foundationally, once it's done, once it's showcased, once it's, you know, harbored, this, that, the other, you know, I mean, the sky's the limit for humanity. Okay? With that understanding, with that knowledge, with that, you know, foundation to go off of, that lithic stone rock foundation, all right, it gives us a stepping stone to work towards a better future. Okay? And inherently working towards a better future together is the way to go. Okay? We understand that Shyzabox might be a little rough around the edges, may not be for everyone, may not be, you know, the desired destination, all right, for a co-worker, a consultant, a friend. We understand, right? But if you don't want any of those components, that's fine. What you need to respect, in the respect of at least reality, is that the math right now exists and says that the math is correct, okay? So we don't hide behind that math, we showcase it, okay? That's why we have the open Kaggles, and that's why we have the notebooks for auditability. We encourage it and we welcome it because we desire that audit so that when everyone has peace of mind, okay, when everyone understands that there is a foundational knowledge that we can set ourselves upon, okay, with which to work towards the betterment of society, inevitably we can yield great things together and even greater things as a whole the more people contribute to that okay? So be sure no matter what in regards to that, you don't go and buy the book Delectable, all right? Because, believe you me, it's being measured on its accord and account. But that's pretty much going to do it for us tonight. We've pretty much finished off all our swill. So, as we contemplate that of the future, that of the endeavors and means with which we venture into on a continuing basis, we remind you, you be sure you take care of yourself, okay? There's only one you. We can't replace you easily. Making fake accounts and subscribing to ourselves is a lengthy process. We can't replace you easily, so be sure that you place yourself in a degree of taking care of yourself. Okay? So there's only one you, and believe you me, agape love, and you as a person, you are loved, and our love extends to one and all. Even the smelly kids. I mean, we'll plug our nose, might walk on the other side of the, room, hold our breath a little bit. They deserve love too. Agape love is for all. AGAPE. But again, remember, you take care of yourself first. There's only one you. We can't replace you that easily by just making accounts and subscribing to ourselves. We got in trouble for it once. After you take care of yourself, you look around, you take care of anyone else who really, really needs a second, because there's a lot of people out there who super duper need help and just don't know how to ask, okay? That's right. So take it upon yourself to, when it's optimum, when it's convenient even for yourself, okay? Every step forward's a step in the right direction, okay? You don't got to go out of your way when it's convenient. Look around, you take care of those who really, really need it second, okay? Then you look around the rest of the room, you see Shyzabox in the corner peddling our wares. By transmutating God, you'll love it, right? You're like, I doubt it. Just remember, don't buy Delectable, the physical copy of that, or else it goes up on the board, okay? Believe you me, we don't want Detectable to increase because someone buys Delectable. Okay? Don't go buy that book, okay? Any of the other ones, fair game. Delectable, read it for free on Kindle Unlimited. Do not buy this book. Okay? It's Wheeler's It by Bit. Bit is free. It costs $250. Do not buy it. Now, it priced itself into affordability on Amazon.com by breaking its pricing algorithm to $14.75 or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Do not buy it still. It's trying to trick you, okay? It's the dead book breaking Amazon.com's pricing algorithm, trying to trick you. Instead, get Pickled Punk Philosophy, or our poetry book, or Transmutating God, or New Non-Native Species on Mankind's Origin, or an officially endorsed live-stream note-taking journal. Ooh! Never know when you need to take notes on a live stream that you tech into. Doesn't even have to be this one. With an officially endorsed live stream note-taking journal, you will be able to do that of which you never thought possible. Take notes. Ooh. The hell is this show? Awesome. Or, you can always buy Nailing Kalimba. Or don't. Read that for free, too. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Start a free trial. Search Shyzabox books. Do that. When you're looking around the room, you see us peddling our wares. Just be sure you take care of anyone else that you like or love more than us before us. We get it. We get it. You might like or love 6, 7 people more than us, okay? We don't. Point is that it's very, very important that, you know, you do that. But if you got anything else left over at the end of the day, we'll take it. Because remember, we don't want your subscription, we want your money. Downvote the shit out of this. Go to Cashapp and give us a buck, or go to Amazon.com, search Shyzabox books and buy one of them. Or go to Kindle Unlimited, download one of them, read it for free. Do whatever you feel like. But get off our yard.